I took a little time out just because I wanted to also have a chat with YouTube about everything, about the way they are doing that kind of live stream stuff. And yeah, I did that now. Had a chat yesterday. So now I'm back. Welcome, guys. Great to be back. I missed you. I've had a lot of stress in the last days, and I'm just, you know, I just hope that things will be easier soon. So I brought this little Christmas tree kind of thing. This will go into the background here, maybe here. Oh no, I just want to have a kind of Christmassy setup. So you see it kind of in front. I actually tried setting up the live stream in a horizontal way. Technical difficulties with that, so yeah, I'm not sure where to put it here. There's not enough space for the Christmas tree on the stream. But yeah, I'm back, guys. Was really boring in the last few days, apart from the fact that I had a lot of stress related to the window. Want to tell you about everything. The window is going to be fixed now, finally, maybe next week. I'm very happy that I will get my normal bathroom again, like back again. Took a very long time, took like a month to have it fixed, or to at least get to the point where I know it will be fixed. And yeah, I also had to order heating oil for the heater, for the central heating in the house. And that is just ordered. I hope everything will work out, because I've been really stressed in the last weeks and months. Winter time's always exhausting for me, because I kind of I always it's always a struggle to just to just ensure that everything runs smoothly over winter, that the heater is running smoothly. Cost a lot of money to heat the house here. I think I'm paying something like two and a half thousand euro just to heat the house for 1 year. If you like put away money, that would be over 200 a month. That is insane. That's always a lot of work for me. And yeah, so it's always a struggle every year again, until I get to the point where I can focus on just sewing out and just doing winter stuff. But yeah, great to be back, guys. Welcome to my stream again. I haven't been streaming for maybe a good week. But yeah, I missed you. Great to be back. Had a chat with YouTube yesterday. I really don't know more. It's really just the way it was before, but at least I had the chance to talk with them about their whatever they are using here, like their algorithms and moderation and all that. But I'm back. Want to continue to stream now. Today, not so long. I just wanted to get started again. Starting point, saying hello, showing you my little Christmas tree kind of thing here. Feeling very Christmassy already here. So yeah, apart from that, I hope you guys are all right. Nice to be back. And I brought a lot of seedlings that I haven't checked since our last live stream, or since the last video. So I want to do that today. I have the wood oven burning beside me. Really nice winter fire. Things are going into the right direction, hopefully. Any kind of questions, happy to take them. Chat's open. Yeah, apart from that, let's have a look how the seedlings have been doing in the last weeks while I was gone, while I was kind of focusing on other stuff. Later today, I work outdoors in the garden, preparing the delivery of the heating oil. Always a lot of work to get it up here where I live, like to the house. They deliver it with these kind of big tubes, long tubes, like 50-meter tube. And that tube needs to be pulled to the house. There's just no other way. I'm starting to get too old for that. Okay, yeah, Uwe Kahle seedlings. I want to show you how they look. When you don't see them for a week, there's a surprising amount of growth that you have, you know. These are maybe 1 month old now, and they are looking great. They are responding a little bit to the light. They have spines, but not much. Nothing bad. I really like that. Not looking in a way where I feel like the lamp is too strong. I have them under a plant lamp, but not really the intense kind of lamp. So everything's going great. Okay, let me see. Yeah, in here I see a seedling that is transparent. That is not a good sign. Usually a sign that the seedling cannot be saved. I will keep an eye on it. It's still looking like a normal seedling, so maybe I will give it another chance. But there are 1 or 2 seedlings that I already need to take out of the pot, because they are just tiny seedlings, not looking like they will grow, not looking like anything is developing there. Every now and then you just get seedlings that are barely alive, and I always take them out. Always good to not let a problem become a big problem. I believe in that. I'll solve the problems right away, and then there's no follow-up problem that's even bigger. So yeah, trying to transplant 1 or 2 seedlings here that are really tiny. You can easily break them, but it's looking all right. Closing it up, but this one seedling that is transparent, might really have to look at it again within the next couple of weeks, because if there's something happening, that seedling will go fast. That will cause an infection, and in a closed container, that can be a problem. Yeah, the seedlings that we're checking here, these are just different kind of flower hybrids, cactus flower hybrids. And within the next couple of weeks, I will order some chili seeds. I want to grow chili on the channel. Feel like that could be great. They are rewarding plants that grow fast, and where you can see something growing in front of you. Could be really great under a plant lamp. So this is Flying Dragon Cantora. Really good kind of flower. Hybrid crossed by Uwe Kahle. And again, welcome to the stream, guys. I appreciate you being here. Great to be back. I really missed this. Was kind of having, like, you know, when it's normally the time where I used to stream, and you are not doing it for a few days, you're really finding, like, what do I do now? You know, like that moment when you sit there and now what? So I filmed a little bit. I did a few separate videos where I just filmed the checking of the containers. But it's always a lot of work to upload it. And when I'm streaming, I don't have to do that. Okay. Yeah, these are looking great. And in this container, I have different kind of sizes. Some of them very small, just like germinated shortly before, maybe a couple of weeks ago. And older seedlings that are at least maybe a month old now. There's some moss a little bit around here, but it's not a lot. I will take it out, but it's not really a problem. Hey mate, welcome to the stream. Great to be back. I'm checking. These are cactus seedlings. Most of my streams are currently focused on growing cactus seedlings from seeds, you know. And maybe a month ago we started sowing out on the stream, just showing how it's done. Everything you see here, all the containers, these are different kind of hybrid crosses, and yeah, they are at different sizes, between a month and just a few days old, and they need to be checked on a regular basis, just going through, talking everything through. And some people have started sowing out at home. I'm kind of doing this also because that's a really nice kind of hobby. Out in winter, I enjoy that. I'm not a seller. I'm just focused on currently just breeding, filming everything, showing the videos. If you check out the channel, there are a lot of these kind of hybrids on the channel, like flower hybrids with big flowers, beautiful flowers. That's kind of my thing. Pretty much specialized on it by now. Yeah, and I'm growing a lot of them from seeds because it's such a reward. It's, for one, it's rewarding. It's cheap, because you always have seeds when you are a breeder. In summer, we pollinated the flowers and harvested the fruit. And now, now we're looking at the first, the generation that we've just grown this year. Not really researching. I'm doing at a certain age, you're just feeling comfortable and being a breeder, just making my crosses. And it's always nice to see what comes from them, what kind of a flower they have. That's something that I enjoy. Just trying to get beautiful kind of flowers and leaving something behind when I'm gone one day, just people will still be able to look at all the cool hybrids, all the cool plants with the flowers and all. And yeah, that's a great feeling when you really leave something behind. Made a lot of crosses in my life, where I just sent around seeds in the world. And every year I see new ones that are finally flowering. Basically my kind of mission in life. Sure, I'm happy to, it's a great hobby. If you get if you kind of get a feeling for it, it's really fun because you can grow stuff from nothing. You kind of sow out and you create life, and it's just happening in front of your eyes, in with just soil and a few seeds. Hey, good morning to Italy. Great to be back. I enjoy being back. I won't be able to stream very long, but maybe an hour. We'll see. Just getting a feel again. Just getting back. Later during the day, I prepare everything outdoors for the delivery of the new heating oil. It's always such a hassle here to get the heating oil to the house. So far, kind of in the forest, so you kind of have to pull the tube up. Hey mate, greetings to India. Oh, I'm always amazed when I'm online and see people from everywhere. Yeah, it's a great feeling, to do. That is exactly the reason why I enjoy doing these streams. It's a great feeling to just, you never know who will be online, So yeah, great to have you around. So these are from a cross with Caesar. Really a lot of potential in this kind of hybrid. If you Google Caesar, that's one of the newer Uwe Kahler hybrids. And the flower is a bit similar to Pink Stripes. Pink Stripes is a hybrid that most people know. And yeah, that is a great one. And this one here, hybrid cross between Caesar, Pink Stripes, and a hybrid called Abla. No idea how any of them look, but I usually sow out stuff from Uwe Kahler. He's just a too good breeder. So yeah, no fungus gnats. These are looking really good. These have been under the lamp for 10 days now, and it's been really good for them. They are developing nicely. So yeah, bring the Christmas tree a little bit on the side. The Christmas spirit on the channel is also important. Okay, so let me see what's going on in this one. No problems in this one either. No fungus gnat. Seedlings are looking great. That's how I like it. They haven't grown a lot. Feel like I didn't put enough soil into the pot, so they are a little bit deeper in the pot than they should be. But apart from that, that's all right. Nice and healthy cactus seedlings. Later today, I want to do more videos where I just inspect the plant that needs help, or where I bring seedlings from the greenhouse, bringing in a lot of containers from outside, just so we can discuss the problems on the channel. I want to report a few of them. A few need removal of infections. The whole repertoire of being a cactus breeder over winter. Removal of weeds. I had a few where I had to remove the oxalis yesterday. Yeah, thank you. I wasn't sure, honestly. Every time I'm on camera, I hate it. You know, I kind of, I don't want to take too much space, you know, like when we're discussing something that is the focus, but also it's just how today a lot of channels are functioning. Like when you are not seen in the video, it's kind of difficult to succeed, you know, to be found. Hey Dave, good morning. Great to be back. I just wanted to say hello because I missed you guys. I'm kind of doing it again, like live streaming again, every day probably, but I will miss a few days in the next couple of weeks because of the window situation and the heater. But in general, I'm back. I've had a chat with YouTube yesterday. You know, I don't want to say I was mad at them, you know, but I kind of wanted to first hear back from them, you know, kind of a situation where you at least have to get some kind of sign of life from them. And that was enough for me yesterday. I had a short conversation with someone from YouTube. They are still looking into it. At this point, I made my peace with it. It's not important, you know, because at some point I feel like that will always happen. That something, you know, they are using an algorithm where they are not really always open about it. When you know they never tell you exactly what the problem was, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to have a chat with them about it, how they are kind of, if there's a way to find out more about their decisions, you know, stuff that they do. Feel like when you're doing something like that, like when you're doing a 2-hour stream, it's kind of important to say, okay, maybe they didn't like that and that comment, you know. For the future, I would just have to be a little bit more careful when, like, with reading out the questions that are coming in, you know, when a question comes in that where they might have a problem with it. Who knows, right? I took down the background, like my movie posters in the background, because I was kind of feeling like maybe that could have been it, you know. So now I'm having this kind of, I want to work on the background a little bit. I want to improve the background, but for now, I just wanted to have a basic kind of workplace where nothing be a problem, you know, like just focusing, and then we'll see how it goes. Long term, I decided I will just ignore it when something, like when they feel something is a little bit not monetizable, or when they cannot, when, you know, where there's problems with advertising, I would see what it is. I would just try to focus on just doing a good stream, doing the stream I always do. And I mean, that was already advertiser friendly, you know, so we'll see. But yeah, I might even turn the stream like in the horizontal position in the next days. I already started with it earlier, but then it wasn't really going live. It was constantly telling me to change the orientation, but I might stream in a horizontal mode. I heard that is how a lot of people are streaming these days. So it might get even better technically, you know. Makes you see my little Christmas tree a little bit better. Kind of getting the Christmas vibe into the channel. That is important for me. So yeah, seedlings are looking great. So far, I've seen only good stuff. Mostly healthy seedlings. There are one or two that I had to take out, but that was negligible. And I'm really proud that I was able to say that word. I was kind of feeling it come. And then I knew, oh, that word might be difficult for me to spell, but it worked. So yeah, next container. Everything looking good. Healthy seedlings in this one too. Let me see what kind of a label we have here. Also Uvokala hybrid. The Uvokala seeds, they are developing very nicely, very well, very healthily. But I also got to be careful that I don't grow too much from Uwe and not enough of my own hybrids. Always got to keep in mind that if you do not grow your own stuff, you might never know what will come from the crosses that you made. So next one, also looking very nice. I can only recommend getting a decent lamp, because the fact that they are under a lamp kind of improves everything. They are looking healthy. They are growing faster. They're growing faster than when I would just put them beside the window. Okay, next one. Also looking great, but here's a problem that I wanted to show you. Check this out. There's so many seedlings concentrated in the corner. So in this one here, in this corner. That is kind of bad. You should always, when you're sowing out, try to get them in center. There's so much space in the container for the tiny seedlings. They don't need a lot. But when you when everything rolls into the corner, then you lose a few that are just being washed down when you spray them, when you water them. Okay. More seedlings. Everything's looking great. You know, it's the kind of stuff when you very often when you grow something, when you're sowing out, you kind of get so nervous about it. You check so often. You go to them, you take them, you look into it, and if you would just leave them alone, they would be doing much better. You know, like that kind of stuff. We just had a situation where I left the seedlings alone for a week, and everything looks great now. Maybe you should do that more often. Should not do something. But yeah, these are looking great too. No fungus gnat. There are a few seed corns here and there at the tip of the seedlings, but nothing difficult. Can easily get them down. Okay. Apart from that, we can just close them up again. So many healthy seedlings. We will have issues with space. But that is just how it is sometimes. I want to think about that later, you know, about the problems with the space. So in this one, this was a good cross. This was one of the most favorite crosses that I made. And a lot of seedlings turn out nicely, but in this container, there's constantly problems. There's constantly single seedlings that are disappearing, that are either suffering heat damage or fungus gnats. Yeah, that's probably the options. Could also be genetic health, poor genetic health, but probably not. So I'm just taking out the remnants of the seedlings because I do not want to have anything in the container that can keep infections alive in there. If you always have something like a few seedlings that are battling against infection, there will constantly be a point when there are new pathogens in the closed container. You will never get to the point where everything is clean. And that's why I try to take them out right away. Yeah. Apart from that, the other seedlings look great. They are in great shape. Seeing a bunch of crests in there. But I just wish that I would know why that happens. Now I'm seeing a crested seedling and it has a starting point of an infection. So that is really bad. We might not be able to save that seedling. And that is really bad because it's a nice crest. You know, all the seedlings look great, but the crested ones, the interesting ones, you know, they are having problems, of course. So I think I will try to remove that infection on the seedling just to get a chance for it to heal, because the way it is now, it will not heal. Not a good, this doesn't work. This won't work. I can tell you already. I mean, I tried taking it off the infection, but I don't like that. This container will have more problems in the next weeks. I can tell you that. And because now we have an open wound. We have replaced the fungal infection in the container with an open wound. Really don't like it. But at this point, there's not a lot we can do. Maybe we are transplanting them in washed pumice. I really think that's what we will do in the next days. I'm just bothered, you know, then you have like, you are growing thousands of seedlings, and then the one that is crested, where you really, I saw the seedling and felt like, oh, this is going to be great. And exactly that one got an infection. But that's just how it is sometimes. Such is life. Yeah, in this one, Lobivia winteriana seedlings, everything all right. They are all looking good. No fungus gnats, no nothing. No infection like on my crested seedling. Okay, closing it up again. And these will go back under the lamp. I will kind of mark these here. Want to mark the container so I know which one it is. Just putting a hole here in, like, at the top, so I know which one we need to transplant in one of the next streams or videos. Sometimes it can help to put them, like, they are already they have grown so fast that we can already transplant them. And it will be a good video, will be very educational. And I will we'll put the whole thing on the seedling so we can take a closer look then in the stream. Okay, here more seedlings. Looking great, looking healthy. There's moss in there. I can see a little bit of moss, but that is it. Not seeing fungus gnats in this one. Very happy. Yeah, and if I find out how to kind of flip the stream into a horizontal mode, we will stream like that. Maybe tomorrow. I already wanted to do it today, but then there were too many buttons for me. In some ways, I'm like a baby boomer, like from the way I approach technology, new technology and all that. I'm just easily overwhelmed by it. Okay, so when I opened this one up, 2 fungus gnats came out of this thing. So there's definitely a problem in this container. Not visible, not really a huge problem, but a problem. Okay. 2 more. And then we're doing something else. Just trying to get a feeling for the stream again. A lot of very small, just maybe 10 days old. And looking great. When we're done here over winter next year, we will have grown an army of cacti. More cacti than you need, you know? Like if you work like this, you will be very fast in a situation where you just need space and kind of the pot situation. You need pots to single them out, and you need space and soil. But if you can guarantee that, you have an army of cacti. And whatever we're growing, I mean, we're growing stuff that is really interesting, like from a point of view that where you could also make a business out of it at some point, you know? I used to approach all this stuff as a business, but the older I get, the more I want to focus. I want to just focus on the hobby again, on doing it right, taking time to do everything, doing it on the stream, on the channel. When I had ambitions to have a nursery, something like that, there's so much stuff you need to do. There's always something that needs to, where you need to do something. You will have a huge list of things that need to be done on a regular basis that we can now, since I'm just doing this for the channel, that we can skip. We are just growing what we want, and we don't really have to propagate a lot, like to sell them, because all that involves additional steps that we can leave out now. So I'm very pleased about that. Okay, yeah, the seedlings are looking great. Let me move these away. Maybe I will bring a few more, but apart from that, things are going great. I think we at least have 120 containers now. A good 120. Okay. Few more. I'm always cycling through them, trying to get to the ones that that we haven't checked yet. Yeah, okay. This will be enough. Just checking a few more. And then I'm having breakfast. Haven't really eaten a lot yet. today. It was just too stressful. So later I'm taking a break. Okay, let me see. Yeah, and what we're using here, these are just square pots, classic square pots, and plastic bags. I don't know what the size is, but it's not very big. This is like 6 centimeters in both directions, something like that, or 10 to 6. Really small square pots and bags, plastic bags, just to keep the humidity in the bag long enough for the seeds to come up. After that, you wouldn't really need them anymore. You could just open them up. But for now, we will keep them in a closed container. If nothing goes wrong, if there's no reason to change something, we will not change anything. We will just let it run. But the moment we run into problems with the bags, then we probably take them off. Okay. Yeah, this one here, hybrids with bamboy, looking great. There's a hair inside the container, which is weird because I have very short hair. I don't think it's one of mine. Maybe the cat kind of slept on the seedling. Apart from that, they're looking great. No problem here, no complaints, everything great. Next one. Okay, yeah, these are looking actually very nice. And you can see there's a weed in there, like some kind of, I don't know what kind of a plant it is, but I will remove it. I don't want to have a situation where the weed takes in a lot of nutrients and that kind of stuff. You know, this is just classic kind of grass, oxalis, something like that. The classic plants that you always come up when you're sowing out, but nothing that you want. Some people have talked about oxalis and how it is able to kind of fix nitrogen in the soil, like concentrate nitrogen in the soil, kind of as a fertilizer, as a natural fertilizer. And while that is true, there isn't really a situation where you need the nitrogen so urgently. You know, they are having a lot of fertilizer that they get in the soil, where we spray them in spring, so they don't really need like that little bit of nitrogen that comes from oxalis. I really think it doesn't make a big difference. It can certainly help if you never fertilize them, but that shouldn't be the way anyways. Fertilizing is important, and a lot of people don't do it as often as they should do it. So I rather take out the oxalis and fertilize one more time, a little bit more often, you know. Okay, next one. Oh, okay. Well, most are looking great, but there are 1 or 2 seedlings that are just lying on the ground. I'm not sure if you can see it. Someone here, this one here on the side. So we need to correct that and hope that it's not lying because of fungus gnats. Because very often that is the most likely scenario, the most likely cause. When a seedling falls over and you have seen fungus gnats around, it can mean that they have eaten away at the roots, that they have kind of munched away at the roots. So I'm often transplanting the little seedlings that are not grounded, that don't have connection to the soil, because that is important for the seedlings. They cannot grow, they cannot make it very long if they don't have connection with the soil. That is really important. Okay. Yeah, and the others look great. I now have transplanted the 2 that were lying around. Apart from that, everything is good. Yeah, and later we will film a few more videos where we just take a plant and discuss everything that it needs on the channel. Like, we take a plant, we say, okay, how can we improve the general health of this plant? And then we do whatever it takes. And a lot of that is a little bit limited by the weather, by the fact that we're in winter. So when we right now, if we come across a seedling in the greenhouse that has an infection, we will probably have to take it out of the greenhouse. We have to take it out of humidity and move it into the house. Bring it into a setting where we can control the humidity, where we can, if we need to remove an infection, we take it off and then put it under a plant lamp to kind of simulate sunlight for the wound to heal. And that is something that we will have to do on the channel every time we take away an infection. Because if we would just take away the infection and move the plant back into the greenhouse, it would come back. It would come back right away. It's just a bad time to deal with infections. But they never really ask if you are ready, if they can come. They either happen, they just happen when it fits them, so. Well, we will do a lot more of that in the future. Also because I enjoy it, being able to just take a plant and say, okay, how can we improve it? How can we help? I like that feeling. And when we are doing it on channel together, it kind of gives us a little bit of more experience how to react to these kinds of situations. Okay, yeah, seedlings are looking great. No problem, really nothing. They are all growing perfectly. There's a few, like the remnant of the seed corn that often stays stuck on the tip of a seedling, but that is it. That is all. And these seed husks, they often fall down. They often come down naturally. Very often you do not have to do anything there, but it's good to have it under observation, to know that if somewhere there's a seedling where the seed husk is stuck at the tip, you need to, at a certain point, you need to step in. Yeah, these are looking great. Healthy growth, healthy kind of color. I like that. These are also Uvecala hybrids, probably Sörensia candicans, Echinopsis toralapana, and Wörlitz, something involving these kind of hybrids. A lot of the modern hybrids today are just Cantora, candicans crossed with toralapana, Echinopsis toralapana, the father. And it's a very modern kind of hybrid because they flower early. They don't need to get very tall to flower. You can already see the first flowers at 10, 20 centimeters height. Maybe this, like this, very small plants. And that's why a lot of the hybrids that I'm growing involve that. Candicans is just a great species for hybrid breeding. So many great flowers. Okay. And this one, everything is looking good too. 1 or 2 have the first set of spines, but only few. Not really problem in there. Nothing that would require me to get active, to do something. I really try to not become involved unless I have to. Okay, one more. And then I either bring them back again and get a few more, or I'm doing something else. We'll see. So this is a hybrid between Wurlitz and Feathers. Feathers hybrid, where I feel like it could make a great combination. Just kind of using the ragged flower of the father to get something like pink stripes, but with ragged flowers. Or with flowers that look a little bit like feathers. That is really nice. Okay, let me get a few more, just so we can check them. Also, throwing another piece of wood on the oven. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, the seedlings that I just see through the bag, they are looking great. Hey mate, I'm from Europe. I was born in Saarland, Germany. That is between like France and Germany, like in between the two. The culture is a little bit of both, the best of both worlds. I have some relatives that are still living in France and some in Germany. So yeah, these are looking great too. But I feel like something just came out of the bag. I think a fungus gnat came out. But apart from that, they're looking good, healthy seedlings. First set of spines, growing normally. Everything okay. Also Uwe Kahler hybrid, Sörensia Candicans hybrid, something like that. A lot of the modern hybrids are multi-hybrids. They already involve a few different parents in their family tree. So everything you see here, that it's kind of a mix of different kind of genetics that are mostly to get a big flower, a nice color, a nice flower color, something like that. These are great. These are among the most, like the ones that grew the fastest now. And we started them at the very beginning in the first days of our sowing out experiment that we did on the stream or in the videos already back then. They're looking great, having healthy spines. Closing it up again because I don't want to have anything get in. Once you have a container that is working very nice, that is where everything's going smoothly, just leave it. Just let it be. At some point, you can always react if there is a problem. But for now, not seeing any. Okay, this is a Lobivia cross. Lobivia hybrid Dessau. And when I say Lobivia, it's not really Lobivia. It is a pseudo-Lobivia hybrid. Meaning like one of the Echinopsis species that were formerly known as Pseudolobivia. I think the plant in this question is Echinopsis Calliantholilacina. Just trying to mute the smartphone, so I'm not really getting. I'm not sure if you hear the notifications that I'm getting on my phone, but someone just sent me a message. Really trying to avoid that. But yeah, apart from that, they're looking good. Echinopsis, Pseudolobivia kind of stuff. Looking okay. Little reddish discoloration just from the reaction to the lamp. But that's all. Apart from that, they are looking great. Healthy seedlings in this one too. So maybe I should take a time off a little bit more often in the future. They seem to enjoy the time that they had where they were just under the lamp, not being disturbed, not being moved around. It's always good when I'm not there to screw things up for the seedlings. So yeah. And these are perfect. This is another cross that where I feel like they have come out nicely. Probably the oldest seedlings that we have grown so far on the channel, like just in the videos that I've been doing. Already have the first spines, and if everything goes nice, we can keep them in the closed bag for another maybe 3 months or so. That would be great. At that point, like if we really have to take them out, we could already move them to the greenhouse if we wanted to, if we really have to. There's no space in the greenhouse, but I just want to have the theoretical chance to do it. Okay, so here's something where I feel like the cat has slept on the seedling. Kami just loves to sleep under the plant lamp, and every now and then she sleeps on the cactus seedlings. Here's an infection on one where it was just flattened, so I gotta take that one out. When you have a discoloration on a seedling, I'm not sure, it probably doesn't show, but it has a little orange spot at the tip here. And that seedling is beyond saving. We need to take it out. Every time Kami sleeps on the seedlings, we have to clean up afterwards. But I'm not mad. She can do that all day long as far as I'm concerned. I have so many cacti. She probably just wants to help by sorting some out. Okay. Transplanting 1 or 2 of them. Because they had gone, like they came loose in the container. Apart from that, they are looking good. I mean, it's always the 1 or 2 seedlings that can infect the whole container if you are not careful. That's why we look so often. That's why I'm checking them on a daily basis. I mean, it's also because it's great to do on the channel, but we're doing it so often because it makes it easier to prevent the big problem later on. But yeah, I don't like this container. Feel like the fact that 1 or 2 seedlings had a fungal infection already kind of gives me a sign that there might be more problems. In most cases, the problems are the fungus gnats. Fungus gnats are they cause tiny micro injuries at the root system, and that very often causes the secondary infections that we then see. In many cases, the fungus gnats are already gone, but what's left is the fungal infection that they leave back. Okay, these are looking great. But also 1 seedling where I feel like I need to take it out. Yeah. And it's either fungus gnats or it's the heat. Either way, I need to clean up here. Taking everything out where I feel like it could become an infection. I'm honestly not sure why that keeps happening. very often there's a clear reason for it, like heat damage is very often one of the main culprits. Heat damage or the famous fungus gnats. And in a closed container, a fungal infection can go through the container within just a few weeks, within just 1 week sometimes. It really depends on the pathogen. So always good to never let it get to that point. Working clean. Okay. Apart from that, I will close it up again, but I don't like how this is looking, like the whole container. The seedlings are looking great, but I don't like that. There's the constant kind of reoccurring of a fungal infection here and there. But apart from that, it's not the big, like it's not, the problems aren't huge. All stuff that we can easily solve on the channel. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of get back into this whole thing, kind of say hello to everyone. So again, guys, I'm very happy to be back. Great feeling to be back. And I will be live streaming again daily, probably daily, almost daily. And we'll be like back again tomorrow morning, maybe 9, 10 in the morning. Doing another live stream where we will go through the remaining containers, just checking them. And yeah, apart from that, I have a lot of seed stuff that I want to do on the channel, seedlings, like I discussed earlier. So there will be many new videos and streams in the next weeks. I'm back. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for making it a special thing. You know, I really missed the stream while I was not doing it. Felt like I should be, you know, when you feel like you should be elsewhere. When you're actually like, I don't know, I was working outdoors then or inside the house. So you're constantly working, but the streaming's it's a fun activity that I really enjoy. So thank you guys for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, taking general questions again tomorrow. If you have anything you want to ask, if you have problems growing from seeds, I'm always happy to help. That's why I'm here, okay? So yeah, thank you. I'm going offline now, but I'll be back soon. Thank you, guys.